Me and Larussell, bro.
Me, Larussell.
Shout out Larussell, bro, for real.
Beezy podcast, man. I got Tope, got the dope on the motherfucking track.
What's happening, man?
What's happening, bro?
How are you, bro?
I'm pretty good, man. I appreciate you for sliding through.
Heck yeah, bro. I had to come down to Sacramento, you know.
You know it. Got the Tope with the dope hat as well, man. I gotta get a hat, bro.
I got one in the car. I got one for you.
Say less.
Yeah, I got one for you.
How you been, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm great. Working, man. Busy.
Busy as hell.
Yeah, busy. Working. Just trying to stay at it, stay consistent.
Get into it.
Get into it.
You've been having a lot of different shit going on lately, bro, that I really love.
Yeah, for sure.
The project that you just dropped, the beat pack, going crazy.
The Tope got the dope beat pack. Yeah.
$500 exclusives.
Man, $500 exclusives. You know what got me inspired is Mr. Fab. Because I seen Mr. Fab did those $500 verses in 10 days. He sold 100 of them.
Shit.
$50K. So literally, bro, I'm just doing the math. Like, if I sold 100 $500 beats in a year, I'll be, you know what I'm saying? That's like a job.
Shit.
$50K.
Real.
Not that hard. So I'm like, let me just treat it like a job.
How many beats you can make a day?
It depends, really. Like, I would say if I make one, I'm probably gonna make like 3. But if I really like locked in and just like, the thing is, yeah, if I really locked in, I could probably make like 4 to 5 in a day. The thing is, like, the days I do that, I don't get anything else done.
Oh.
So, like, I can lock in and, like, give my whole day to production, but I won't go outside. I won't, like, cook. I won't eat 3 meals. I'll wake up and just start smoking weed and making beats. And then it'll be, like, I'll look up and it'll be 7 or 8, and I'll be like, bruh, I barely left my chair.
Just cooking.
Just cooking. So those days are dangerous. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I feel like it's best when I have a little bit of everything. Like, I can like go work out, get some breakfast in, knock some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you know, a little bit of balance.
I feel it, man. I've been doing the same thing with stocks, trying to figure that shit out.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people have been making this money on stocks, bro. You gotta get into stocks. But option trading, damn right. Wake up in the morning, make $2,000,
right,
$18,000, whatever you make, and
be stuck.
Cool.
But you'll be stuck. Like, you'll be on it all day.
No,
you'll be in the morning.
In and out.
Okay.
That's what we call scalp trading.
Okay.
But I'm learning still. You know.
You pitching me on the scout. Okay, I'm gonna have him signed up.
That's the shit. That's the shit.
No, I feel it.
But a lot of people don't even know, bro. You used to be a rapper before you was a producer or anything.
Yep. Tope the rapper, for sure.
Coming out of Portland.
Yeah, man. I started out as a rapper, like, when I was 19. I started playing shows in Portland, like, straight to it. And, man, like, literally since then, it was like, I was busy, like, playing shows, releasing albums. I think I dropped my first album when I was 21 in Portland. And, like, since then, it was just, like, it's been pretty much nonstop. The only time it, like, slowed down a little bit was the first couple years I really like moved to the Bay. But like it was like literally since I was 19 was like playing shows and just like doing music was like my life basically.
Opening up for Absol, Nas, bro. Like bro, take me to Portland, bro.
Yeah.
Give me a day of Portland when you was actually like.
Okay, so first off, to explain it, Portland's like a small to mid market. So people are still gonna stop there for tour. Okay. Like there's like a lot of tours that would come through, but there wasn't a whole lot of competition as far as other rappers that were like bidding for those shows. So I was able to I had like a really strong presence in Portland. I had a fan base, and I also was like very detailed with like my electronic press kit, my press photos, my prior bookings, all this stuff. Like really organized when I would contact a promoter or a venue. So I would just, when I saw people that were coming to town that I felt like were similar to my genre, I would just hit up the promoter and be like, hey, I'd love to open. I'm from Portland. I can draw, 100 kids or whatever it was at that time. And I just was like really aggressive with like booking. So that's how I feel like I got to get on so many shows, was just like being organized, paying attention, and like I was pretty much my own manager at that time. And then, like, an average day in the life, like, I worked at a record store then. Like, I had, like, a full-time job still. Shout out to CD Game Exchange in Portland.
Shout out Portland, man.
And so, yeah, like, I would go to work. I worked from like 11 to 8, and then usually like if I had a show or like a studio session, like I try and get out of work early, like leave at like 7 or whatever, go do sound check, be like, hey bro, you gotta close for me. I have to leave. Like go do sound check, get ready, go do that little opening set.
Yeah.
And then just kick it, for the rest of the show. We trying to make fans or just politics, sell merch or whatever, and then be straight back to it. Work at 11 in the morning again, like, and that was my life, like. But I was playing hella shows, sessions, just doing a bunch of stuff in Portland. But at the same time, like, I had a full-time job because I was barely making any money off of the music at that time.
That's how
Like I would make like $200 just for like opening up for an act. But that would be pretty much like the extent of my income as a rapper, because I wasn't really like, I would make hand-to-hand sales, but I wasn't bringing in like big Apple Music checks or anything like that at that time. Like it was really grinding it out. Yeah.
Since we talking about grinding it out, what was that transition like, bro, from actually rapping to being a producer? And what was your first beat that you sold?
Man, that's a great question. The first beat, I don't remember the first beat I sold, but I remember the first time I made $1,000 selling beats, and I'd sold 10 beats to this dude in Portland. Like he wanted like a whole project.
Ooh.
And so he just came through and he had picked out 10 beats. He had like $1,000 to spend with me or whatever, bro. And I just remember like being blown away that I had made $1,000. Like I literally remember calling my friend and like I was thinking I was getting set up, because he like he told me to come to his house to like pick up the money, and I was like, all right, bro, if you don't hear from me by like 9, like call me or something. You know what I'm saying? And the dude was cool. He paid me. I brought this, bro. This is so funny. I brought the CDs or the beats over just on a burnt CD, and just gave him 10 beats, and like I never heard from him again. Never.
That's crazy. That's a crazy ass story.
Hell yeah. So, but transitioning from a rapper to a producer, I'm not gonna lie, like the part of it was difficult, because like I had to kind of accept that like my rapping career was like fading, or it wasn't going to be like what I thought it was going to be. You know what I'm saying? But I also had the foresight to know that it was time to shift into a different direction. And like it was really, a lot of it was following my love and my passion, because like I loved to make beats. I loved to rap and perform too, but at a certain point, like I don't think it's the pressure of it all and becoming an artist and like success and keeping up with success and all that, like it started to lose its fun a little bit more, where beats were just like, man, I just make beats. It's like playing video games for me. Like making beats is like my hobby. You know what I'm saying? I can sit there and like I don't even have a PS5 or anything, but like I assume that's like I just be at my computer making beats like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
what software are you using?
I use Reason, which is like kind of a rare DAW, like to make beats. Like a lot of people use FL or Ableton or like other, a couple other are popular out there, but Reason's just like the first program I ever learned on, and I just always stuck with it, but people are always kind of like, whenever I tell them I use Reason, they're like, Reason? Like, they're hella confused. But yeah, I feel like it's really not the DAW, it's the musician. It's like, it's how well you know your DAW, and it's how well you know how to like manipulate those sounds and get the sound out of it that you want, in my opinion.
Thinking of that, bro.
Yeah.
What was the best session you ever had?
Man, the day that me and Larussell made Days Like This, I had a lot of really great sessions. Man, I have really like the Hit Co sessions, Hit Boy sessions, the session we had to Create just recently making me and Larussell's new album. But the day that me and Larussell made Days Like This, 10s, 20s, Energy is Currency, that day was just special. Cisco. I had made the first beat. I had made the beat for Days Like This the night before, and I sent it to Larussell. And we like, for some reason, we hadn't like hung out in a little while. Like it had been like a month or two, and we just hadn't seen each other. And he was like, "Bro, come come kick it. Like, can you come kick it tomorrow, basically? And I'm like, yeah, it's good. And he's like, I want to record this song and then do like a live taping it or whatever. So I was like, all right, cool. And then we did that song, and he's like, you got some more? I'm like, for sure. And I knew I had like a pack of just like, I hadn't seen him in a minute, and there were some beats I was just waiting to play him or whatever. And yeah, bro, it just kept going and going. Like, we made like, I think 6 or 7 songs that day. We were just supposed to make one, and it just was like, all right, what's the next one? And I remember like 10s 20s was like the third beat I played, and Larussell was like in the house, and like it was like his mom, his niece, and his sister were like on the thing, and I played that, and his mom was like, whoa, what's this? Like, everyone was, and then Larussell like came out of the house and was like, what's this? You know what I'm saying? Right. Just immediately got to it, and like I knew it was gonna be special because like his niece would not stop dancing on the pergola. Like he had just built the pergola, and his niece was like, bruh, I think she like took off her shirt and she was just like run dancing. You know how like, you know, kids, bro, kids feel the rhythm, and that's a sneaky tip for like producers and songwriters, bro. If a kid is singing your song or if they're vibing with it, like you might have something good going on right now, because like kids just feel it. You know what I'm saying? They feel the spirit of the music or the lyrics or whatever it is. Like, it's so much pure with them, you know? So like energy. So we've had a lot of sessions in like studios, like beautiful studios and stuff like that, but I would say that day at the pergola was just magic. You know what I'm saying? And then we did 96 Bulls was the same thing. We did it in one day. 72-10. 8 hours in Brooklyn, bro. I played him all the beats on the pergola, and Larussell just sat there and wrote the whole project in like 3 hours.
It's a fucking machine.
Machine, bro. Like, and we were basically like 3 for 3 at that point with like the pergola. Like, it had just been built, so it really felt just like a magical space, you know, which it is. Organic, yeah, just like, which it is. But we were able to create those projects, and like, that's probably one of the most it's not the most standard studio session because we weren't even in a studio. But that's the most like special session I feel like we had, you know, definitely.
That's dope as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
That's all dope.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And I just seen you recently with the big hit.
Yep.
That studio looked crazy.
Yeah. Chalice, bro. Chalice Studios in LA, and it's just a legendary room, bro. Like, I've been seeing Hit Boy work out of that room, you know, for a year, 2 years, and it's just like every time you see that room, something special is being created. Someone epic is in there. Someone legendary, you know. So even, bro, there's some rooms that I've just been like, even just lucky to even step in the room, you know. Like when we went to the Breakfast Club before it moved locations, like I told Charlamagne and them was like, I'm just lucky I had to just step in the room for a second, because it's not my interview, but I just like, bro, I just have to step in here and just feel it for a second, because like that's a legendary room, you know what I'm saying? The same with Hit Boy's studio and Chalice. Like, I didn't even make a beat in there, I was just there for moral support, but that shit was just legendary being in there and everyone walking in. Like, I walk out and go to the bathroom and will.i.am's just like chilling outside. will.i.am's in the session, big hit, you know. It's just like, you never know who's gonna walk in. Like, it was legendary.
That's crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
Another crazy album, or not even an album, song. That Pillow song.
It's different.
It's different.
Woo! That's bro. Talk about another fun session. That's up there with one of the best sessions too, because like when we made that song, like I feel like that was the first time like I felt like what making a hit feels like in real time. Because we were just like, it just kept getting, like, the beat was going crazy at first, and then like Pilo's sitting right here, and I'm like, Pilo, bro, you know we gonna need one of them classic Pilo hooks. Pilo start humming his shit. You know what I'm saying? He got to put his melody on there. Then Larussell come with his flip, his interpolate, the Mac Dre shit and everything, and like, bro, we were like, I remember just like having to contain my excitement when we were recording the song. Like, oh shit,
this finna be big. You
Type
know what I'm
shit.
saying? Like that's one of my favorite songs I ever worked on. Like shout out to Simon Pilo and Larussell. And the crazy thing is we were supposed to be back in Vallejo. The only reason we had that session that night is because we missed our flight, and we were supposed to go back to Vallejo that night, but we missed our flight because we were at Pro Club messing around, and shout out Pro Club, man. Then we end up staying, and we made half of It's Different that night. We made
That's
like
fucking crazy.
4 or 5 songs from It's Different that night.
And tales from Tope, man. That's
Right,
fucking
right.
crazy,
We were
bro.
supposed to be home, and those are the times when it's like, nah, it was meant to happen the way it was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
You know, like we were supposed to link up the way it was supposed to link up.
That's crazy. We keep talking about a team, bro. How important is teamwork to you? Being busy as fuck.
I think that would be my number one advice to like a up and coming artist is like build your team, and build it as soon as you can. Like build it with the people around you, the people that you trust, and like give the people around you jobs and opportunities, and put them in a position to help you too. You know, there's nothing wrong with like having a best friend manager until it's time to have an industry manager. You know, there's no problem with having your friend shoot your videos on the phone on the camera he has, or whatever it is. Your friend who's organized and good with can help with merch. You know, like put your team in position to help you. And then I feel like the sooner you build that team, like the stronger you guys are. I would say that's something like I wish I would have done more as an up and coming artist, is like build my team and not be afraid to let people be a part of your team as well. Sometimes as artists, when you're going through the industry, you might have gotten rubbed wrong early by a manager or something, a promoter or whatever it is, and then you have your guard up for the rest of your career because you don't trust anyone because bro stole $150 from you. So like as an artist too, you have to realize like when it's good for you and when it's not good for you. Like when you do need that help and when you might not need that help yet. Like it's time to go to the gym, you know what I'm saying, and go get some more shots up and then help, you know what I'm saying, help coming later. Or maybe it's to the point where, bro, you really are busy, you're losing out on money by not having management, by not trusting people and not helping someone take you to the next level. So there's two sides to the coin there for sure, but the team is so important. You don't see any successful artists do it without a team, and that's something I think specifically like rappers want to do, is like, man, it's me against the world, like fuck everybody, you know what I'm saying? But it's almost impossible. It really is. Like you can do it for so long, but it gets to a certain point where it's like burnt out. You need help, bro. Like you're spreading yourself thin, and your content and your music and your life is hurting because of it.
True.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand though, bro. Delegating services.
Yeah.
We got the team here, like, bro. Shout out CSSB. We got the team here. Everybody do everything. You know, we got a lot of shooters. We got everybody.
Exactly.
So
and
I feel where you're coming from.
And some of that is trust. You know, just trusting in the people that you have on your team to make it easier for yourself. Like, you know, help them, let them help you. Basically.
Yeah, everybody gonna eat at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Being that you're a producer, what was one time? No. That's too much. Tell me a time where you actually got starstruck, but you had to hold your excitement.
Man, that's a good one. I mean, the first time I met Reid was like I was a little starstruck, and it was also because like I didn't know that I was going to meet Reid. Like it was like Larussell be so funny sometimes. He's just like, hey man, just come to LA with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, let's go. He won't exactly tell me what's going on, and then when we're in the car, he's like, oh, you're probably gonna meet Reid this trip, and I'm like, oh okay. So I'm like, we're going to the studio, and I'm like, Reid's not gonna be there. Like he's gonna be, you know, running around and doing business meetings and stuff, bro. We pull up We pull up in the parking lot waiting for us. He's like, there they are. It's L.A. Reid. like literally waiting for us to get out of the car. It's just him. Just like him and his assistant or whatever. And I was like, oh, that happens fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, it was also just like that, not being prepared for the moment too. And it just like happened super quick. Yeah, that was one that jumps out for sure. There's a couple, but I'm probably like blanking, but that would be one. But he was also like hella cool. Like, he was instantly like, there was no sort of like awkwardness or anything like that. He was super like, made us feel at home and stuff like that.
Crazy,
so
man.
yeah,
Shout out L.A. Reid.
yeah, that was a cool one.
That ain't no ordinary day type shit,
man.
Bro. That's crazy. Shout out Larussell. What type of shit is that? They'd be like, oh shit, I'd be kind of starstruck.
That was our second album. So after we made Marlon 7, bro, we ended up recording half of Cook Together, Eat Together in LA at Hitco with LA Reid's studio. So it's like,
shit.
That's literally how fast it happened. We dropped Marlon 7 in August of 2021. By September of 2021, we were in LA at Hitco, you know what I'm saying, all expense paid, recording there, like recording our next album there, you know, like, and that's how quick it moved for us, like after we dropped that first project or whatever.
That was dope as shit.
It's been crazy ever since.
Hella
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
Best producer of all time.
Shoo. Put me on the spot. Quincy Jones,
Quincy?
maybe.
Music Quincy?
All time.
All time.
Like all
time.
music.
All music.
Quincy, maybe.
Quincy?
Gotta be. He's gotta be up in the
Quincy
conversation.
He got Mike Jack. He got Michael.
Yeah, he's gotta be. His documentary is just like so amazing to see, like his trajectory through the years, like, you know, from Frank Sinatra to Michael Jackson to like Will Smith and them, you know what I'm saying? Like to just even like his seeds as far as like his kids and everything too. Like Quincy's a legend for sure.
Definitely.
It's a tough question though. Some of the hip hop ones like Pharrell,
Okay.
Kanye, Dre, personal favorites, Battle Cat, DJ Quick, Cardo. You know, I gotta throw Hit Boy in there for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a ton of producers I love, man. There's a ton of producers I love. Local producers, bro. I feel like it's good to shout out local producers.
You gotta shout out local producers, bro.
Man, there's
X James.
This now I just put the pressure on myself because I'm gonna forget everyone. My dog Infinite, Clado, Dom Bailey, Armani DePaul, man. Mike G, bro. There's so many. Oh man, Boss Life Spence, bro. Drew Banger, man.
Drew.
Like, there's so many dope producers. I know I'm blanking so many people. Tico, bro. There's so many. Pilo, bro. Man, there's so many.
True.
There's so many incredible producers out there. I know I'm blanking some people, but that was at least a couple.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
That was a lot, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But being a producer now, would you ever write beats or just engineer? If you had a choice.
Oh, yeah. I engineer all the time. I don't like engineering, though.
Oh.
I despise engineering. Like, I want to get to the point where I never have to engineer. Well, yeah, I never have to engineer again. Like, hopefully one day I can just have, like, my own engineer to engineer, and we have, like, a similar... The only thing I like about engineering is being able to be in control and, like, getting it to sound the way I want to sound. And, like, I do some vocal production and stuff, so, like... But I think I can do all that with an engineer, and we're just, like, you know, similar-minded. Like, we can speak that same language and get the same sound, but, like... I really prefer to make beats because I can make a beat in 30 minutes or an hour or whatever the time is, and then engineering typically takes like 3 or 4 hours or whatever.
True.
So ideally my thing would be like I'm in a room with an artist, I make the beat, they like it, we all agree.
Right.
They start writing, then I go to the next room, make another beat, get that ready. They finish the song, they come over here. Beats, that second beat's ready, they're ready, boom, I bump, then they're with the engineer, then I go to the third room, that would be my ideal workflow, is I never have to touch the engineer session and I'm just making beats, you know what I'm saying, like bouncing room to room, but it rarely happens that way. It's most likely that like I make a beat, I'm the only person who can engineer there, it's a bunch of rappers, and I'm stuck there for 3 hours making a beat. Then by the time I'm done engineering, I'm ready to go home. I done smoked weed. I done sat there. I'm
All
like,
type of shit.
all type, right. I'm just like, all right, I'm ready to. The only time I feel like music is a job is when I have to engineer.
Okay.
The rest of the time, it's like, I love this. This is great. And then when I engineer, I'm like, all right, this is a job, but it's not the worst job. Like, there could be, I'm still working with music, but I'm like,
Right.
this is very, like, feeling very much like a job.
That's crazy.
But yeah, still better than, 90% of jobs out there.
Facts.
Yeah.
You're doing what you love.
Doing what I love, bro.
You're doing what
Bless.
you love. A lot of people can't say that.
Bless, bro, for real. And that's when I always try and remind myself, like, in this race of success and whatever it is, like, bro, I get to do what I love. Like, there's some days when you don't feel like you're this or that, and it's like, no, bro, like, you used to wish to live a life like this or just do the stuff, so just like trying to remind yourself along the way, because like, comparison really is the thief of joy, like, man, gratitude, bro. So I think it's important to keep that up, even with trying to excel and get better along the way.
Facts. You got a lot of damn slouts, bro.
Man.
From Larussell to Hit Boy to E40 to just everybody. But Nate Curry, bro.
Yeah.
That slap go crazy.
The young legend.
Yeah, how did you
The young goat.
meet?
Man, that meeting Nate Curry is a crazy story, because I used to know his dad, Big Nate Curry, who was in a group called the Cuff back in the day. That's like a Sacramento, like, underground legendary group that was like, I would say like 2000s, like late 2000s, 2010, like around there, early 2000s or whatever. And they were in Portland playing a show. And we had like an after party show with like Mike at Nine and Medusa and Nate, and he had his son with him, and there was this kid who was like, it was in a bar and stuff, and like he was not supposed to be there, and it was like an after party, like after hours show. They like started at 2. They like went on to like 5 or 6 or whatever, and there was this little kid in there just freestyling and rapping and shit. It's like, oh yeah, this is my son. Bro, that ends up being Nate Curry, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
crazy.
he was just at it since then, and he was dope. Just, like, soaking it all in, just like a student of the game, So, like, we always just kind of, like, we didn't even really stay in touch, but we had just met that night, so we always just, like, stayed cool. And then, fast forward, he got, the Living Legends put them on that song Monday Morning, and he killed the hook, did his thing, and we both, like, the crazy thing is, like, me and Nate both grew up like listening to Living Legends. Like, there's like a group we listened to like in high school, like went to concerts and shit like that. So for us to do our first song together, and it was on the Living Legends album, was just like it was a legendary collaboration for sure. And just like, I don't think a lot of people really know like our story, how long we've been knowing each other too, because we've probably been knowing each other now like 10-15 years. Just like since that story.
Facts, since you met him at the bar, and now you working with him. He's a homie, like.
It was crazy, bro. It was really, really like, it was a really interesting story the way it all worked out, man. Salute to Nate, bro. He's a goat, bro.
Shout out Nate, man.
So good.
All this shit be slapping.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Like that writing process, bro. Like you just cook on the spot, where you just bring the whole laptop and just cook on the spot.
It depends. Yeah. Sometimes like I'll make a beat just live in the studio. A lot of times, like, if I don't have a beat already, like, or if it's like some sessions with artists, it's just easier to like make something on the spot, because I have so many beats in other different directions and stuff that I'm like, bro, let me just pull up and I'll make something for you. I'll make something that you like, and then we can agree. And sometimes that's also better if you're like trying to find the chemistry with the artist too, and you're like, let me just pull up, bro, I'll make something for you that you know what I'm saying, we can find what page we're on or whatever. But then like with the artists like Larussell, bro, he cooks so fast that I have to have like 8 or 9 beats done, because he's so quick that it's like, all right, load up the next one, and I'll just boom, 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 I'll just have them loaded, you feel me? Like, so it's just different artist to artist. Like some artists, we only do 1 song per session. If I know I'm in the studio with Larussell, minimum we're gonna do like 3 or 4. That's just like messing around. Like, we did 4 the other day. Just I didn't even know I was going to the studio. He's like, Tope, you got some beats, and we did 4 songs. Just like, just kept loading them up. You feel me? But I wasn't even like, I wasn't even knowing we were going to the studio that day.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it just depends. Depends on the vibe.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah. I like being able to. I do like being able to cook stuff up in the session for artists. It's hella fun, and I get to like. I don't know. I get to talk my shit a little bit. You know.
That E40 slapper was a slapper.
Oh my god.
It was a slapper.
Man. Larussell had called me at like 11:30. Was like, I'm going to 40's house at 2. Like, send me a beat. And like, I only had one beat at the time that I thought was like 40 worthy. And he's like, nah, not this one. It's too LA. And he's like, I need something like we had just did a song with I Am Sue. He's like, send me something like the I Am Sue song.
Shout out Sue.
I was going through my loops by my homie Infinite. Found the loop. It was called Water. The loop was called Water.
Meant to be.
I clicked on it, bruh. Start making the beat. Send it to Larussell. I made the beat in like 30, 40 minutes. Send it to Larussell on WhatsApp, but you can't see the title. Like, it just shows up like as a file. And so I sent him just like the file or whatever. And then he said in the car, he wrote a song. He wrote the hook saying, what is that, 40? Water? With the crib by the water? He said he wrote that hook. Then he gets to the studio and he's like, you know, has the engineer pulls up the beat, and the beat is named Water. Because I named the beat Water. And he wrote the song, and then, you know, the song ends up being called Water. But it was really like, and I only had like an hour to make the beat, like hour and a half to make the beat, something like that. So it was like probably one of the most pressure situations I ever made a beat in, because I'm like, I got to make something good enough for E40, like placement or no placement, you know what I'm saying? And then that whole song ended up becoming Water. It was just a crazy coincidence.
That was definitely a slap, man.
Yeah, that was a blap.
That was a blap.
Yeah.
Is there any other rappers that you was like, the fuck he's on my beat? Like on some positive shit though, like besides 40.
I have a song with Slum Village, like very randomly. Like my homie Cool Nuts went on tour with Slum Village, and they ended up doing like a verses on a remix to one of my beats. So that was a crazy one, because Jay Dilla is like a huge influence on me producing.
Donuts.
Yeah, Donuts and all that. So like, yeah, like the Slum Village feature is still one today that's just like,
crazy.
huh? You feel me? Yeah, 40 was a big one. I Am Sue was a big one. Guap was a cool one.
Nice.
Pilo was dope. Marky Basie was a really random one. Yeah, he's like a R&B singer in the Bay. Jane Hancock was like a blessing. Yeah, those are the main ones that I can think of. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh, I'm gonna forget his name. Never mind. I'm gonna mess up. I did a song with like this, like, he's from I'm gonna forget his name. It's being embarrassing. It doesn't even matter.
But it was a slap. It was a blap.
Yeah, he was like a legendary like guitar player, but I'm forgetting his name, and it's just gonna be embarrassing. So I don't even want to do that to myself. But yeah, we did like a random song together.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah.
All the places that you've been, visit the people that you met.
Man.
Great energy.
Yeah.
Welcome vibes.
Man, for sure. Yeah. Definitely. Like, I feel like we always come with really good energy, like as GoodCompenny, or like when I'm with Larussell, we always come high energy and like bring just like a fun environment. So it's hard to like, you can't really like be mad at that when we're in there having hella fun and turning up and giving people hugs and smoking weed and just, you know,
Doing what you love.
doing what we do. So it's hard to like, if you have bad energy for us, like there's something wrong with you. Cause like we have, especially me, bro, like I'm the coolest person in the world. So it's like, if you feel a certain way about me, like you must have it must be a bad day or something. I don't know.
Some internal type
Yeah,
shit.
something else going on. So, but yeah, it's been, I can't really say I've had like too many awkward experiences here and there, but like for the most part, like all the industry stuff has been relatively smooth. Yeah.
That's cool, bro.
Yeah.
Spotify. You on Even Biz?
I think I do have a profile on Even. I haven't dropped like anything myself on Even, but that'll be coming this year for sure. Definitely got to drop something on Even. Shout out to Even.
Facts, bro.
Yeah.
That's like a whole different market.
They're killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come out with some raps this year.
You should.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
I feel like anyone who has even a small fan base should take advantage of that and drop on even, you know, and let people support you. Let your people support you, just like a restaurant or just like any other type of business, you know. You got to put your items on the shelf.
Facts.
Yeah.
Gotta make all them shots, or at least take them.
Bro, you got to put your items on the, you know, you got to give people a chance to buy it.
Tell me a moment where you supposed to took a shot where you didn't, or you didn't supposed to take a shot but you took a shot and it was like.
Dom Kennedy's like my favorite rapper.
Swear to God, that's
yeah.
Type shit. And Larry June, I fuck with Larry June.
I fuck with Larry June too.
Dom Kennedy, definitely.
Dom Kennedy's like my favorite rapper. Shout out Dom, OPM. I had met Dom's manager a few months back at Def Jam. And I had got his number and chopped it up with him, and I was like, "Hey man, I'd love to like send you a pack for Dom." And this is the first time I told this story. And he's like, "All right, for sure, hit me tomorrow." And we were traveling back to the Bay, and like I don't know why, I just never hit him. And like it had gone like 2 months, like a month or two. And I was just procrastinating, and I was like, man, bro. So I hit him back up, and I was like, hey, I'm almost done with. And I was making some beats for him, like I wanted to make some new beats, and I hit him back up, and I was like, hey, man, I'm almost done with this pack for Dom, and he never hit me back. And like the next day, I finished the pack. Like there was only like a couple beats I had to finish, and I finished the pack, sent it to him, and I never heard back. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if it was because I didn't hit him back in time, or maybe there was something else going on business-wise or whatever, but I never followed up with him like he told me to in that time, and you know what I'm saying, I dropped the ball.
Tope would be crazy, bro.
The other day, I'm going through my DMs, I realized Caribou, who signed to like QC and Yachty, had DM'd me in June for some beats. I was like, oh, I just signed to QC and Yachty, like I have the DM right now. I just signed to QC and Yachty, and like I'm looking for some beats, and I just kind of like scrolled past. I read it, but I didn't like pay attention to it, and I just sent her like the link to my beat store. You know, I was like, hey, if you hear some beats, like let me know.
Right. I
wasn't necessarily like paying attention to who it was, and then I'll go back and like look the other day, and I'm like, shit, this Caribou. The
That's
girl
crazy.
from QC or whatever, you know, and it had been 6 or 8 months later or whatever. So I was like, damn. I really dropped the ball. And then the other day, Darren Waller hit me up from the Giants. You know, he used to play for the Raiders or whatever, and he started rapping. And we were talking about beats.
Damn, he raps.
Huh?
I might have to check him out. I didn't know you rap.
Yeah, he just started. He makes beats and raps. So like, I had the Caribou thing had happened like the day before, and I had been still just salty about the Dom thing, you know, just hurt. So when Darren Waller hit me up, I sent him a pack like immediately, like that night. It was like pack, and he ended up buying some beats from me or whatever. But I had just took advantage, you know. I had learned from the Caribou situation and the Dom situation of like, bro, really following up with people in a good amount of time, you know, like in 24, 48 hours or whatever. And because of that, you know, I built that relationship with Darren or whatever, chopping it up with him about future stuff or whatever it is. But it would just kind of like learn that lesson from taking my sweet time with not following up with people. So
you gotta shoot while you hot.
You gotta shoot while you're hot, man.
Man.
Eesh.
That's crazy, bro.
Yep. Producer stuff. I feel like every producer has a story like that too.
Timberlake got some crazy ass stories.
Yeah, I bet.
Bro, like that Diamond Tope though.
I'm waiting, bro.
It's crazy.
I'm not waiting. I'm manifesting it.
I'm manifesting. He gonna see this podcast and he's like, let me check my DMs. He gonna get you right.
Yeah, I'm manifesting, bro. I'm hoping that day comes for sure.
When I first came to Sacramento, I was like, man, who to listen to out here? You know, like Dom Kennedy.
Yeah.
I'm slapping Platinum Chanel, going to school, like Platinum Chanel.
Come on,
man.
Classic. Classic. Yeah.
That's why when Larry June came on, I was like, man,
Similar vibe.
Definitely, bro.
I fuck with Larry too. Yeah, I fuck with Larry. I fuck with Larry and Dom for sure.
Both of them be on the podcast, BZ Podcast. Got Larry and Dom.
Say that, man.
Manifest that.
Say that. Facts.
If you could tell your younger self something now, what would it be?
Man, just get to work. the sooner you get to work, the sooner you can reap the benefits, for real. Like, the sooner you start digging, the sooner you can plant the tree, for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, no one's gonna hand it to you, and you might find success minimally along the way by doing that. But like, the sooner you get to work, like, 1 or 2 years of uncomfortability can lead to like a lifetime of comfort. You know what I'm saying? So like, even now where I'm at in my career is like, let me work. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me. I want to change my life. I want to be in a different position. Like, let me work. Only person that can do it for me is me.
Facts.
Yeah.
That sound like a Tope quote.
Yep.
Man.
Facts.
That's hella dope, bro. Every time when you encounter these different people and these different type of energies, do you ever just like become a different person as a beat guy? You get
Well,
what I'm saying? Like, some people got that little side
yeah.
to 'em.
I think that's an important thing as a producer, is to be able to like support the artists you're working with, and not necessarily like become them, but get in their zone. You know what I'm saying? So I'm big on like finding chemistry with the artist. Like, there's been artists that I'm a fan of and we're a fan of each other, but we never found our musical chemistry, So like, there's just certain bags with certain artists that like I want to find their chemistry and like get into their zone. You know what I'm saying? I'm always going to be me. I'm always going to bring like what Tope has to offer to the table, and my sound is my sound, but like being able to tweak it specifically for other artists to be able to come and make a real collaboration where it's like you can hear me, but you can hear them too. Like, you can hear where we collaborated. So like, I think that's one of the key elements of being a producer, is like being able to get into the bag and into the mind of that artist. And I think me being an artist myself first helps me like get into the mind of that art and be like, all right, this is some shit this is what I want to rap on, or this is like, that bag I don't want to get in. But it's like, having that experience as a rapper also helps me like mold that feeling or whatever.
What was the craziest beat you made to this day?
Man, bro. It hurts me because it's an unreleased song that I don't know if it'll ever drop.
And that's crazy. I was going to ask you about that second, but yeah.
Woo! I got this song with Zoe Osama and Larussell.
Ooh.
That's so crazy. It's probably my favorite beat I've ever made. And I just don't know if that song is ever going to see the light of the day. I hope. I pray. Like, that beat is one of my favorite beats, probably one of my hardest beats I've made. But yeah, I don't know if it's going to make its way out of the vault. We'll see.
It's like that in the music community as well, man. Like,
yeah.
You
Unfortunately,
might not get it, you might not.
Unfortunately, sometimes like the stuff you love the most, like, is the stuff that doesn't drop. Like, I've been really, really lucky to like, a lot of my music has dropped, or like sometimes you have a feature or something big that you're like, oh, this is finna drop, and then it doesn't, and it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like I've been really, really lucky. Like, a lot of my music has dropped. You know what I'm saying? But there's still going to be a couple of those that are like, it just didn't work out, whether for whatever reason, like, that the business didn't get handled or whatever it was, and the song didn't drop. So that's really like one of the few I have in the vault, but I really, really love that song. So like, I'm still pushing and hoping that song will see the light of day.
Hopefully, man.
Yeah.
That man's a machine, man. You got so many slaps, bro.
Man,
right
bro.
in his sleep, probably. Bro. What is your work ethic, man? You should just do work. Do work, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Man. Thinking about that, though, a lot of people do have songs that they don't write. Have you ever wrote for someone?
Yeah, for sure. Actually, on It's Different, the Pilo song, with Pilo, I wrote the straight out the V to the P part. Like, as they were just humming it, and they're like, na, na, da, da, da. And I'm like, Pilo, you're from Pinole, right? And I'm like, Larussell's from Vallejo. I was like, you could just say straight out the P to the B, and then, Pilo put like his touch on it and finish the other part or whatever. But like, yeah, I co-wrote that hook. There's been like a couple bars like I've thrown in for rappers.
That's dope.
Here or there. Like, I'll definitely help. Like, there's some rappers I'd be writing a lot for. Like, some rappers I produce for that I'll be write a lot for, and then some never, some a line or two here or there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm also one of those type of people, like, I might just throw out a dope line. It's like, you could say that, and they're like, oh, that was hard. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, on the song on Guap Dad, like, I co-wrote some of his verse too, because he got stuck in like one part, and where he's like, started from the bottom, ended up top notch. You know what I'm saying? I've been knocking hoes since playing hopscotch. Like, those are my bars.
Oh shit.
That's my bar. I said, because he was in the booth, and I was recording. He's stuck, and I said, oh, you could say I've been knocking hoes since playing hopscotch. Something, need top shot like that. And he's like, oh, I'm about to take that. He's like, I'm about to take that. I'm about to dog that. That's exactly what he said. He's like, I'm about to dog that scheme. Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Going down in history.
Man, bro, I'm just trying to be great. Just trying to contribute.
When you see that plaque on the wall.
Hopefully, man.
96 Bulls, man, that mother.
Hopefully. Yeah. Some plaque, go get that bag or something. I don't know. We got something coming for sure.
That's just like, that's like number
coming.
one. That's definitely number one.
That's our most streamed song, or at least my most streamed song to date.
I think the first time I actually heard Larussell was when he was doing them green screens with the things in the back, like the motion.
The live sessions.
I think it was, damn, I don't want to butcher your shit, bro. It's, Black Boy Dance or something like that. The,
Cisco? Is it Black
Cisco
Boy
was dope too. But no, it was more like, I think it was 20 shots actually.
Oh, okay, 20 shots. Yeah. I didn't produce that, but that's some like classic Larussell stuff.
That's when I first got into it. I was like, oh shit, this shit dope.
Or Do Your Little Dance.
Do Your Little Dance.
Yeah. Man, timeless song.
That was crazy, bro.
That was one of the first songs I heard from Larussell too, and I was just like,
that's crazy.
Damn, this fool is raw.
It was 20 shots and Do Your Little Dance.
Yeah. Cause he could be like, why I made 20 shots? Why I make that shit?
That's why
I hate that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's bro, that's a timeless song that, like, I feel like 20, 30, 40 years from now, you could put that on, and it's still gonna, like, evoke the same type of emotion. Like, that song is just like, bro, that you could feel it in that song. Like, you could feel the emotion in, like, what he wrote and how he delivered it. Like, that song's crazy.
Yeah, bro, nothing but energy, raw content. Bro.
Facts. Yeah.
You got anything to tell the people? Any special projects that you got planned, man? Any special people that you working with, or people you want to work with?
Man, new Larussell and Tope dropping this year.
Okay.
Stoney and Tope. Stoney's a artist in Oakland who's super dope. I got a project with my dog Ralphie Davis in Seattle that's coming out. More Tope got the dopes, more instrumental projects, more beats dropping on social media all times. Like, who knows? We'll see. Those are the 4 things I have, like, scheduled, and we'll see what happens, you know, in the meantime.
That's dope, bro.
So always some music being cooked up.
Always something.
Yeah, always something going on.
Always something, bro. And I appreciate you for even stopping by, bro.
Hell yeah, thank you, bro.
My God.
Appreciate you. Sheesh.